We are live, and I'm gonna send this out to a few people real quick. Let me post this real quick that we are live. You know what I mean? For anybody who's don't nobody's tapped in yet. So don't let we don't even really gotta say much. I always thought about that. Like, if nobody's here, who the fuck we talking to?
He said you're live right now. I'm on YouTube. I'm trying to see.
Yup.
I don't see it at the
Type in Keep in
moment.
Mind podcast. Type in Keep in Mind podcast. We're definitely live.
Yeah, no, normally it'll just come right up. So I'm surprised it didn't this time.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it now.
Okay, get your life together. Sick and tired of this.
Life has been gotten.
All right, good
Like,
job.
I like that. Life has been gotten.
I feel like I've said something like that in the past before, but whatever.
You always
You
want
stay
credit
trying
for
to take
something.
credit for myself.
Taja, the other day you literally tried to take my shit. Like, oh, this is crazy.
That's what happened when the two become one, you know? You can't take credit anymore.
That's what happens. So my shit is
Yep.
my shit is no longer mine. Oh shit.
Get your life together.
My lighting fell. I think that was
No, we all saw.
that was captured live, wasn't it?
Clear as day.
God damn it. Now everybody knows what I use. Fuck. Yo, you see my you see my glasses?
Mm-mm.
I have my glasses. How you doing, man? Sorry, pardon the baby sounds. There's a baby in here somewhere. All right. Okay, so we are live. Sending this out right now. Boom, I copied it. I'm sending it along while I'm sending it. When I'm sending it, who I'm sending it to, you feel what I'm saying? Because it's only been sent to the few people that
Oh,
you can
here we
send it to.
go.
But listen, but does it make sense that you gotta send it to the people that you gotta send it to when it's time to send it? Because that's the only thing that could be happening is that it's gonna get sent. Right, Black?
I got you. I get you.
Okay, Do you
I'm
understand me,
with you.
Ty? You understand me, Journey Mom?
Yes. Yes, Mr. Arex Rich.
Mr. What? You sound like you call me
Air
Anthrax.
Max Rich.
Sound like she said Anthrax Rich.
I
That's a
definitely
good
said
one.
Air Max Rich.
I was about to say,
Anthrax
gee,
Rich is crazy.
yeah, word. I was like, damn, what I do to you, babe? You mind if I call you babe on the show?
It's what you have not done.
Hmm? This is what I have not done. I think I'm doing everything. You don't think
Yeah,
so?
that's a conversation for later.
So, Miss Journey Mom, do you mind if I call you babe during the show?
it's
That
Or is
is
gonna
up
that
to you,
come.
whatever it is.
It's gonna happen naturally. You're not
nah?
gonna be able
I don't even
to.
like her like that. I don't even call her babe all the time. Like, nobody cares. You know what I mean? I'm a real ass nigga.
I mean, tell that to somebody
Who's listening to
I
YouTube
know.
with this volume on?
No, I'm turning it down. Give me a second. Tell that to somebody who don't know you.
Damn it! I didn't mean to do this like this. But it is what it is. You get it twice. You get it twice. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
Listen,
don't care
should I
either.
should I feel bad for sending
Nope.
this out twice to people?
Nope.
If the people block me, what should I do? Should I like be like, damn, I'm losing people, people
They
blocking me
probably
now?
will. If they block you, they never watched the
Hmm?
beginning. So
You think so? Or could it be possible that they just annoyed? Like, nigga,
no,
you send me
nobody who
this.
watches the show is gonna block you because you sent it to them
I might, but
You might see. See, there's the truth right there. Someone like her. People like Journey Mom. See, this is why I said I wouldn't call her babe during the show. I knew it. I knew I wouldn't because this is who she is. You know what I mean?
I can already see how this show's about to go. He put the glasses on, so I know he's about to be.
Yo, Tasha, I wasn't even gonna say it, Tasha. I wasn't even gonna say it because
What
when he said
you mean?
when he was gonna say we was jumping him.
Hold on. First and foremost, y'all jump me all the time. You're my lady, and every time black something, you're like, yeah, black. Oh, I'm on the side of righteousness. I'm on the side of righteousness. That's why the shades are here.
I'm on the side of truth. I'm sorry.
Truth and righteousness.
No. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Okay. I'm about to start wearing my hat over my eyebrows.
Over your eyebrows? Can't be my friend doing shit.
All right, we about to start the show in a few seconds, y'all. For anybody who's in here, we about to start the show in a few seconds. Give us one more minute. I'm just sending this out to a few people. Though I'm really overdoing that shit, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Overdoing what?
Sending it out to people. I really wish that people would just know, like, we got our show at 8. Join up. We appreciate y'all. You know what I mean?
I like sending it out. I don't
Yeah,
mind
but
sending
I'm
it
not as organized as I need to be so I can send it out while the topics are showing. Let me stop because I look crazy.
out. Well, right now there's 7 watching now.
All right, yeah. So let's get this popping. Let's get it popping, non-stopping. All right. In 3, Black. You started off in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, yo, what's good? It's your boy Black.
What's going on? It's your boy Max Rich,
And this is your girl Tasha, aka Journey Mom.
and this is Keeping My Podcast. You already know. You know what I mean? All right. Now let me stop. Once again, our boy Jerry is out of town. He is in Jamaica, volunteering, assisting with painting schools and various Peace Corps humanitarian. There we go. I couldn't think of the word. You're the man. You're the man.
I got you.
All right. Various humanitarian endeavors, and we want to make sure that we commend him for that. He's extended a hand to me and Tasha to join him in these endeavors. We shall see how that goes. I would be interested in it at some point in my life. You know what I mean? Anyway, we are here today with the lovely Journey Mom, which is also my lovely lady, the mother of my child, my boy Donnie. You know what I mean? If I call her babe in the middle of the show, if I get mad and I call her full name, Natasha, don't. And I'm just messing around. Please, Journey Mom, please let the people know who you are, what you do, and what you got going on currently. You can say that for later, but that's up to you. You can go. You know what I mean?
Who I am, your better half, what I do.
Better half.
A lot of different things: motherhood, entrepreneurship, consulting. I teach for a university. What else? And I'm trying out the podcasting thing, so we can talk about that a little bit later. But that's just a few things that I'm currently working on.
All right. And Sir Black, as we know that you are the other host of this show, the Keep in Mind podcast.
You wanted me to introduce myself?
No. I'm just fucking. All right. First and foremost, Black, do you want to say anything about Glorilla before we get into the topics?
Free Glow. You know how
I knew it.
Don't play, man.
You see, Free Big Glow. Tasha, do you feel it should be Free Big Glow? Do you feel people should be saying free people when you know they committed the crime?
Hold on. Let's state the facts here. Her house was burglarized.
Uh-huh.
And they found less than an ounce in her closet. And they're charging her with federal drug charges. I feel like that's a little.
Is that really what happened? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was just talking shit.
That's what happened.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what happened.
So, I feel like
I don't have any context.
Hey, listen, that's what I do. I do that on purpose so I can
So I'm always going yell Free Big Glow. You know that's my favorite female artist right now.
Glorilla?
Yeah. Favorite.
Okay,
her album is a classic, bro.
Nah, I like Glorilla. We bump into it.
I feel like we're listening to it right now, so we don't really know. But as time goes along, those songs are gonna age very well. All of her songs on the album are gonna age very well.
I don't know. When she be talking about her moose knuckle all the time, I don't know about that.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little moose
Emma
knuckle
moose
talk
knuckle.
every now.
Yo, listen. Imagine 300 years from now, we have a time capsule and they got a Glorilla song on there. And it start off, hey, my pussy, right?
That's not how it's gonna start. First of all, but we need that.
I mean, I don't know if people gonna even know if it's a female at that point in time. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, you're crazy.
but anyway,
That's
all right.
violation.
We do wanna. I love Glorilla though. I really do love her music.
Nah, I know you do. I know.
Yeah. I wanted to get into one of our topics. The first topic of the day. It is, do you tell your friends when they hurt your feelings? And if so, the if so is really for the women. The if so is, if so, does the relationship suffer as a result of you telling your friend how they hurt your feelings? Okay, I wanna ask Black, as the man in the room. Do you tell your friends when they've hurt your feelings? And I don't mean in some violation way where it's like, oh, nah, I'ma just press them.
No.
Okay.
I'm saying, yeah, I wasn't even thinking like that. When you said it, I had to sit down and really like think about the question, and I thought about it. Nothing my friend could say to me could hurt my feelings. Even if he's telling me something that I need to like hear, it's not coming from a bad place. So it's not gonna hurt my feelings. It's gonna be something that I need to be listen. I need to hear at the moment. It's something that I need to hear. So I can't take it like, oh, he's hurting my feelings. He's telling me something that I need to hear. So it's never gonna be. Richard, you said this to me. You know that hurt my feelings. Like, no, bro. When you told me that shit the other day, you was right. I was bugging.
What if friends is clowning too much and they clown and say something that hurts you a little bit?
Nah, you can't hurt my feelings clowning. I got.
But they say something they say something personal.
Bro, I grew up with 5 siblings. You don't think all of our jokes was personal with each other? That's all the jokes were when you got so many siblings. They laughing at shit that's happening to you in real life every day. You can't hurt my feelings.
It's different from siblings, but I get what you're saying. You trained.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like it's jokes. If you joking with me, then we could joke all day. I don't care what. If you're my friend and you're saying something that I clearly have to tell you or that you know about me, and we're just laughing about it. It's laughing about it at the time. It's never past that.
Mm. So now, if your friend, so you said if any harsh realities your friends were to give you, you won't get sad about it. So there's nothing to really express to them.
I won't say that you hurt my feelings. I'll be like, yo, you told me some real shit. Like, yeah, you told me something I needed to hear.
What if your friend did something like, all right, boom, y'all out and like, you know, like say you misjudge this friend and this friend is the type of person that takes advantage of you, or this friend is the type of friend that feels as though if I'll make fun of you to look like I'm cooler. You know what I mean? And he does something like that while y'all out in a setting where he kind of embarrasses you a little bit. Do you tell him?
Nah, then he a clown.
He definitely could.
But it's not even like a hurt. And even that, it's like hurt. I think I'm just hung up on the hurt my feelings part of it. But it's not even like a hurt my feelings thing. It's like, yo, you moving funny. Like, that's weird. Like, why are you acting like that? Like, you know?
Okay.
I wouldn't say hurt. I don't know. The word hurt my feelings, I don't like.
What is it? See, and that's what I'm saying. See, I feel like a man wouldn't be able to express that their feelings were hurt. Like, matter of fact, when's the last time you expressed your feelings were hurt, Black?
To my shorty the other day, I just told her she hurt my feelings the other day.
You can't use that. I guess you can, right?
What are you talking about?
All right. I'm gonna get into something else with you after. Tasha, have you as a female, do you tell your friends if they've hurt your feelings? Hold on, by the way, before as you answer that question, I'm listening, but I gotta put some lotion on my hands. Have you ever told do you tell your friends when they hurt your feelings? Yes or no?
Yes, I would definitely say I have done so. Maybe not immediately. I feel like I have to process it, and then I'll come to them and let them know, like, yo, like, I didn't really appreciate what you did or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, but I also feel like there's levels to friendship. Like I was telling you, I was like, I've had friendship where it's like, say for instance, I'm really close with that person. I might be like, damn, sis, like that's how you really feel, at least to put them on
Mhm.
alert that they say something out of pocket. But if it's somebody that I'm not super close with, I'll marinate on it. I'll come to them about it, and then depending on whether they apologize or not, or how they interact with me after me bringing that to their attention, the friendship could be tarnished, or we can reconcile. But I've had friends where it fizzled out, and I was okay with it. That means we weren't that close to begin with, so it is what
That's
Facts.
it
how,
is.
Facts.
that's how you feel? Okay, okay, okay. Now, why do you think it's fizzling out? If y'all friends and they hurt your feelings, shouldn't you be able to express like, yo, honestly, like this wasn't cool. Like I really wasn't fucking with this. Like, you know what I mean? Like I totally understand you said that maybe we weren't friends to begin with. I get that part, but outside of that, like say y'all really were friends. You never had friends that people that you really consider friends, and they did something that really hurt your feelings. You expressed it, and they kind of they responded in a manner that you didn't really expect, where they kind of like fell back or whatever. That's never happened to you. Someone you considered a real friend.
Um, yeah, I guess so. But I think sometimes the reconciliation process, the lengths vary, to be honest with you. I mean, the truth hurts. So sometimes it could be, just a couple days and, we bounce back, we say our apologies. I've had friends where sometimes we kind of separated and took us a year or so to come back. I mean, it is what it is. Friendship for me is fluid. So,
When you say friendship is fluid, what does that mean? Friendship is fluid.
like I always told you, length doesn't always equal strength. Some folks that I was close with back in the day, maybe on a different life journey, we're not as close as we used to be back then. And whereas other folks may be newer friends, we may be on the same life journey, whether it's motherhood, dating seriously for marriage, et cetera, et cetera. I just feel like the friendships can be fluid based off your life journeys. Some folks who I used to party with when I was single, we don't really connect on the same levels anymore. So I don't hang out with them in the same way. So that's why I say it's kind of fluid depending on your journey. And there's no love lost. It's just kind of like we in different spaces. I love you from afar. We kick it when we do, and if not,
Mhm.
I'm still wishing you the best. It's just we're not on the same page anymore.
Black, do you agree with that or disagree with that?
No, I get what that's. I never actually thought about it like that, but length does not equal strength, and that's something that people got to start looking into a lot of things with, because people carry friendships for years. That's probably not good for you. Just thinking like, oh, we've been homies for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Where it's a bad match. Like you said, you're not on the same path no more. Like you don't wish them no wrong, but that is going two separate ways.
Hmm.
That's a
Oh,
that's a good way to look at. That's a good way to look at that. I never thought about that, but that's
I
good.
mean,
I like that. I like that.
all right. I mean, no, that's definitely a good way to look at things. I don't know. Like I feel as though, as far as length don't equal strength. I agree with that, but I do believe that length. I'm very big on loyalty. You know what I mean? Same as Black is. You know what I mean? And it's often like I like it's hard to grow up with certain people, and even with their flaws or whatever it may be, you tend to try to hold on to those people to whatever degree you can hold on to them. Yeah, you're
Facts.
right. You may need to not if it's somebody you're chilling with every day, you may need to fall back and not necessarily hang out with them every day. But I don't just let those people go. You know what I mean? Like at least for me, like and maybe shit like that I should. You know what I mean? Maybe that's a different. That what you're expressing is a different way to look at it. Where it's like you're not necessarily letting them go where it's beef, but you're letting them go in the sense that like yo, you do your thing, I'm doing my thing, and when we speak, we speak. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But I'm the type of friend. I'm the one who's always calling everybody and everything like that. At least out of my closest friends. You know what I mean? So I think it's a little hard. I think it's for me. I would say like I already dealt with codependency in relationships, and I feel in like romantic relationships. So I feel as though it kind of is a trait that I have overall. Period. You know what I mean? It's a trait that I have where it's like I tend to try to hold on to the things that I've built over time, and I put a lot of importance into those. It actually hinders me from looking into building those relationships with other people.
Facts.
And I feel like that kind of connection to what a lot of men go through with this whole lonely men epidemic as you get into older age. That's why I kind of brought up the topic. It was more for men. However, you are a
But
guest
wait,
to
you
this.
you didn't answer the question yourself.
Have I ever expressed that? Have I ever expressed? I think one time, well, I didn't say you hurt my feelings, Black, but I said, I think I told you one time something you were doing was allowing other people that you are close to you to. You remember what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, but yeah, even that, and even with that, I didn't think you told me that I hurt you. Yeah, you didn't say I hurt your feelings though. But I know what you're talking about.
But
But you didn't say that.
I expressed when something was bothering me. You know what I mean? And
No, facts, facts,
fortunately, me and you are homies. Where it was not
facts.
like you know what I mean. Khadijah Perry
Nah,
said. Khadijah Perry said, having friends that can transition with you through different stages of life is a blessing. But I don't have a problem leaving the friendships that were only for a season. Um, what'd you say? What'd you say, Journey Mom?
No, I didn't say anything. One, I can definitely resonate with that. But two, something you had said earlier that I wanted to address. I used to be the person that was always doing the reach outs. And I went through a period where I was like, you know what? Let me not reach out. Let me see who's going to actually check on me. And the folks that didn't check on me, those relationships kind of fizzled because it was like I was the one watering the plant. You know, when you're the strong friend, people don't always check on you. And I was like, I'm going through stuff too. No one's checking on
mm-hmm.
me. So the few folks that did check on me when I was going through my dark times, I was like, those are the people I want to keep around. So just something to think about.
Definitely,
Real
definitely.
shit.
But by the way, if you're in the chat, we really appreciate it if you send this out to like 3 of your friends, 5 of your friends. Share this on YouTube. As you know, we're trying to build our platform. We want to get as big as possible, so these conversations we can spread this perspective, and have you guys join in and share your insight as well, so that we can make our community a better community where we're not necessarily passing on generational traumas in relationships and all that, and in life period, parenting, relationships, everything. But yeah,
I got a quick question in regards to the whole friendship thing because so a scenario for me that did happen was, have you ever had a friend? And I feel like sometimes we romanticize people, which is why I say sometimes length doesn't always equal strength. We romanticize, we think about all the good stuff that we kind of make excuses or justify certain bad behaviors. And then somebody brings it to your attention when you start co-mixing friends. Somebody's like, yo, why are you friends with that person? That person's whack. Or they're actually low-key hater or X, Y, and Z. And they plant the seed that you never saw because you romanticize your friend. You justify
Mm-hmm.
their behavior. And then you start looking like, maybe I should pay attention to this. It's happened to me. So I'm just curious if you all had any friends that you later on realized they weren't really a true friend. They either was a coattail rider or they were a low key hater or whatever else. They just weren't really a good friend.
I got friends that people be asking me like, yo, why are you friends with this person? Like, you know, what I mean? Like you kind of said, they'd be like, yo, he he a fucked up person, or they say he don't do good business, or you know, whatever. Like, why are you friends with him? Like, they'd be like, yo, you're so cool, but you're friends with him. So I guess yeah, I got a friend like that for sure.
and
But
being that
people don't know.
and being that he's my best friend, I have that same friend. And what's it called? And I think a lot of people don't understand that there's a lot more. I will 100% admit there's a lot of length that has to do with it, length and loyalty. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But there's also plenty of good in that person that I feel as though people don't, maybe because they don't get to witness it, but
No, like
it's
she
it,
said, no, that's exactly what she said though. She said, you know, you see your friend like how you see your friend. Like he a good friend to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? We have, of course you have our moments, but for most part, everything between us is always good.
yeah,
Whatever it flows. But with other people, he
they
do
see
what he
it.
do. They see him in a different light.
No, but see, no, what she's expressing is that people, other people see your friendship and wonder why you're friends with him, not because of how they view him, but because of how they view your friendship. That's what you mean, right? Right, Journey Mom?
Oh,
Like you,
that's what you
Yeah,
meant?
like
that
Okay.
is what,
she meant like
but it's interesting the way that Black has said it too. I was like, oh, like if they're a crappy person in general, any standard person would realize they're a crappy person. But like you said, because of that longevity of your friendship, it's like you know them to be a good person. They do like they've had your back, but they do like
Facts.
as people are flawed, they may have some crappy moments. So it is a bit of both questions, because I was thinking about it. I was like, no, like, what if they noticed that that person actually wasn't my real friend? No, that's the scary part. It's like, you ain't, like, they was throwing little jabs here and there, like, you ain't picked that up. I was like, no,
Mm-hmm.
like, that's my friend. They would never, like, I always am gonna assume the best intent, but they were like, nah,
No
like, that was
facts.
pretty fucked up what they said.
I think I
So
think I think in a lot of those situations you have to realize what boundaries you need to set with that type of friend if you wanted to keep them. You know what I mean? That for me, like I can use my friend Lawrence for example. There were certain times where when I used to rap with Lawrence, I used to feel like the competition between me and him was becoming less friendly and more of like a real rivalry type shit where it was like I mean beyond where I wanted it to be. Maybe that's me being emotional. It is what it is, you know what I mean? But there were situations where I would put a lot of time into certain things and I didn't feel like it was appreciated because it would be like oh, this is your job compared to somebody else. He would look at it as someone doing him a favor. He would pay people for certain stuff that he wouldn't pay me for. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it was like I need to set a boundary here because I know I'm gonna become resentful with this person, and it got to a point where eventually I completely removed myself from that music scene with him, and I feel as though that salvaged my friendship with him. You get what I'm saying? Like, cause certain stuff, like I said, it could be just me being emotional. Outside looking in, maybe somebody else might view it as something different. But for me, it was like I love this person so much, and I wouldn't want this stupid thing to ruin our relationship. I think the same thing happened with Jerry at one point. I used to have a clothing business with Jerry, and we had a situation where somebody told us something was wrong with our website, and I'm the one who handled the website. So when Jerry called me and told me that his people called him and said something was wrong with the website, I went on the website and just took care of it. Jerry pulled up to my house later that afternoon, was like, "Oh, let's get it done." And I was like, "I already did it," and he kind of was like upset that I did it, and I'm like, "What were you gonna do anyway? You don't do the computer shit, nigga." Like, you know what I mean? And we got into a whole big fight, and I was like, "You know what? I don't want to do this no more because I like you so much. I like you as a friend so much that I don't want to allow some business shit to." And Jerry's not a fucked up friend at all, but in that situation, doing business with him, I felt like I was doing the brunt of the work, but arguing with somebody about a lot of shit, like I didn't feel appreciated. You know what I mean? Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
these are all situations where I could be being emotional, but I knew at those points in time, if this friendship is important to me, I need to set some type of boundary or remove myself from the situation that's causing this turmoil to maintain this friendship. You know what I mean? So in situations like that, I feel like those friends that you keep is because you've already set those boundaries that you feel comfortable enough to have that person stay around. How about you, Black?
Makes sense. No, it makes sense. Like you said, like certain things you just don't do with certain friends. You gotta know your friends. Like, you know
mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like even
Mm.
like for good or for bad. Like, there's certain people I'm not gonna take certain friends to certain parties because I know that they don't want to be there. They don't need to be in that environment. And certain friends I'm not gonna take to some classy shit because I know that I don't want you in there with me. You're gonna embarrass me at some point. Like it's just not for you. Like you just gotta know,
Hmm.
100%.
That's what's up. Have you ever had any situations like that where you had Journey Mom, where you have to take care of that?
Take care of what?
Have you ever had any situations where you felt as though you had a crappy friend, or have you ever been a crappy friend?
I have been a crappy friend before. I will
Really?
say that. Yeah, I had been a crappy friend before. Mainly because, and I'm not justifying it, mainly because when I am in a committed relationship, sometimes I focus just solely on my partner, and sometimes I can forget about my friends. And so I did have one really close friend that kind of told me about myself, and we didn't speak for a little while because I was upset. I was like, "Oh, maybe she's just jealous of my relationship." Da, da, da. But we worked it out, and we were able to reconcile and move forward from it. So yes, I was a crappy friend because she felt like I neglected the friendship. I was catering to my man more than her.
Hmm. Okay. Black, have you ever been a crappy friend?
No, I'm the best friend that ever is. Like when it comes to friends, top tier right here. Nah, nah. I mean, I don't know. Like I'm pretty sure I've been a crappy friend. Like it seems
Black.
like
I remember.
I'm.
I think you. I remember you sleeping with somebody's girl.
the
Some guy.
whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
who's yours?
No, never. What, nigga?
If it's not yours or Lawrence's, then it doesn't matter. If we're
Wow. What about Smoke? What about Smoke?
nah, he wasn't a good. He was a crappy friend first, but
So it was good to retaliate. You was that retaliation, or you never really considered
Metallic,
him a friend?
and he was like, alright. So here's the thing with me. The
Uh,
word like the word friend is like I know I'll call people my friend, but I really mean more so my acquaintances and those things like that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like when I say my friends, I really have like 4 or 5 friends that I'd be like, no, these are my friends, like dead ass,
mm-hmm.
like for real. Like everybody else is just I like people, so you know I can have acquaintances and shit like that. So I'm cool with that. But friends, I don't got man. But I can I'm pretty sure my friends would probably like even maybe you or Lawrence would probably say I've been a crappy friend before. I don't know, like I probably did something like maybe not like detrimentally fucked up, but I'm sure I did something with you. It was like, damn,
I,
that was
I'll tell.
fucked up.
I'll tell you this. I don't think. For me personally, you've never like when me and you actually became friends.
Right.
I would say I don't think you've ever done anything that I could consider some crappy shit. And I'm pretty sure you can say the same about me.
Nah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, like
100%.
I've never had situations where I was like, oh damn, Black kind of fucked me over in this situation. I'll say this, and this is not you being a bad friend. This is just you being you. I'll say that you don't fucking talk to me and tell me shit when you got shit built up in you. You know what I mean? But that's
That
not us.
yeah,
Yes, that's
that's
who you
my
are as a person.
that's me personally.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly,
just
exactly.
yeah.
That's because his
Um,
feelings don't get hurt. He ain't got shit to shed. He good.
you know, Black don't got no feelings. Yo, what up, James? What up, James? What's going on, James?
Nah,
What's
black
gonna say?
don't got no feelings is crazy.
Yeah, nah, that ass though. It does come off. Not doesn't come off. I just feel like have I ever been a crappy friend? I don't think I've ever been a crappy friend to anybody. I'm not a malicious person. I don't really like to do people wrong. It's
But that's
something
what I'm
that
saying. Like, what's the definition? Like, what's the definition of a crappy friend? Like, what do we call a crappy friend?
It has to be malicious. Sometimes, you may have the best intentions, or like with me, I wasn't purposely neglecting my friend. I wasn't like,
Right.
oh, like I don't want to hang out with her no more. I got a man now. It's like, no, like I was just in bliss at the moment, and I kind of like either flaked on her, or I didn't go to stuff the
Mhm.
way I used to. I wasn't single and partying. Some folks may have
Mhm.
said like, oh, she might have been upset or jealous, but I didn't feel that. It was just like I miss my friend. We used to do everything together, and now she's not doing anything with me. So
Mhm.
to have
Mhm.
somebody let me know, like, yo, your friends are still important when you're in a relationship. Her bring it to my attention. I was like, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was weighing on you. So it wasn't malintent.
okay.
Your friends are definitely still important in the relationship. I do believe in that strong wholly. Like, you still got to make time for your peoples outside of your romantic relationship for sure at all
Definitely.
times.
I, however, before I do move on, I put the other next topic in the chat, but for anybody
Mhm.
who that were to come in, um, I did want to say that the reason I had posed this question was solely because of the lonely man epidemic. As men get older, I often feel as though men disconnect and everything like that. And I'm not saying it's always because somebody did something that violated one another or hurt somebody's feelings, but I just feel like men don't really talk. Men don't really talk about what they're going through or like and or reach out. You know what I mean? They don't reach out. Period. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't maintain their friendships. I just had my high school reunion, which I feel as though if it was more of a one big date thing, more people may have popped out. But because they broke it up into like 3 days, which hey, more power to them. What's it called? But like I think like a total of like 60. I think I seen like a total of 60 people or 50 people or whatever. And
Mhm.
I had a big graduating class, and I just feel as though people can't complain about being lonely when you're not really trying to maintain connections with people. You know what I mean? And men often
I'm
fail
s-
at that.
I'm
What you gonna
so
say?
mad I didn't come, bro. I'm so mad I didn't go. I would have liked to see people from high school.
Yeah, Rushy
High,
was there and everything.
high school was good. Rushy was there. Get out of
Yeah,
here.
yeah, Rushy was there with his
Oh
wife.
man,
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to see Rushy. That's my
Mm-hmm.
dog for real. I love to see Rushy.
Yeah, Rushy, Ralph from Flawless came. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Extra.
extra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's my God. That's
yeah,
my God too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it was good vibes, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to bring that up. But anyway, we can move on to the next topic. Next topic is I had a big argument with my brother this morning. Friendly argument, no beef or nothing like that. Before I came back home to Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
The question is it a favor or their duty for grandparents to watch their grandkids?
Mm.
I want to start off with you, Black. Once again, Journey Mom, we will get to you in a moment because I already know how you feel. I know that
All right. This is how
sucks.
I feel.
Uh,
I feel that um the grandparents should want it to be their duty, but I feel like the parents of those children should not take it as that. They should look at it as it's still a favor. Like you still got to be grateful for it. You still have to understand that they still have their own life as like whatever it is. I'm pretty sure they still have a life, especially like grandparents for your guys' kids and our kids' ages. Like they still got their own life. So yeah, they should be welcome to watching them, but it should still be in a respectable way. Like, hey, listen, I need you 2 weeks from now. Like,
mm,
not expecting a no, but still give them that grace. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Give them some
I,
time. Like, don't just get ready, drive to their crib and leave them on the front step and ring the doorbell. And like it'd be like, hey, your grandkids are here. Like that's crazy.
should so you don't feel as though it's their duty.
Like I said, I feel like it is a duty, but I don't feel like it should be like it should be taken as that. Like I feel like the grandparents should want their grandkids as much as possible, especially when they're at those young ages, because life is life. They might not be here that long. So especially at those tender ages, they should want those times and those moments
So
with the grandkids.
it's a privilege for them. It's a privilege for the
It
grandparents.
should it should it should be a privilege. It should be a privilege for them. 100%, it should be a privilege.
Okay, now, okay. Before I go into my story, Tasha,
Hmm.
my lovely lady, is it a duty or is it a duty? Oh shit, I forgot my question. Is it a favor or a duty for grandparents to watch their grandkids?
I believe it's a favor. My mom, she loves watching our kids, but it's still anytime I call her, I be like, Mom, I need a favor. I always preface it as that. Like, can you watch your grandson for a couple hours on
Hmm.
this day, et cetera, et cetera. I'm never like, hey, I need a babysitter. Come watch my kid, or I'm gonna drop. Like, it's never that. I'm always asking it in a favorable manner. Because she does have a life. She still works. Whether she wants to go out or whatever, just have a break to herself. I don't abuse it. But it was just interesting because like one of my really close friends is a little bit resentful towards her mom because her mom had help when she was a baby. Her mom had her young, and so she was still outliving her life. The grandmother pretty much raised her, but now that the daughter's an adult and has a child, her grandmother doesn't. I mean, her mom does not like assisting with the rearing of the grandchild, and so my friend is just like, "You had help. Why don't you want to help me?" And she was like, "Well, I ain't your grandmother, and I still got a life. I like to be out in the streets." So it's like it's resentment, and I can understand where it's coming from. Um, so I do still feel like it's a favor. That definitely is my answer. But I think it's interesting. It's like, all right, everybody is different, but she had assistance, so it's like I just feel like you should pay it forward. It's kind of how she's been telling her mom, like you had help, you should also be assisting me.
I 100% look at it as it's a favor. It's a favor, one, because, nigga, I did not have kids with you. What the fuck? Like, what? Like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. I won't get into the weeds of my discussion with my brother, but my brother,
Hmm.
me and my brother got this morning, we're talking about something with my mother, and how pretty much he expressed that he felt as though on his wife's side of the family, his mother-in-law enjoys being a grandmother and enjoys watching her grandkids. Like she looks at it, she views it as a privilege, and it sucks because our mother does not like. Our mom does 100% view it as a privilege, but she doesn't. She's not a nurturing person, so she doesn't. She doesn't like necessarily. She'll make complaints when watching, when having to watch the grandkids. Not necessarily because she has to watch them, but because of I feel like how my brother does certain things. And and like I said, I won't get into the weeds of it, but pretty much overall though, I will attest that my mother is not the best person to ask to watch your kids, especially when my brother's kids were younger, when my brother's kids were like infant and toddler age. However, I've been having a different experience. My mom is a lot older now with my son, and she enjoys watching my son. Like, you know what I mean? Granted, my son's not a toddler yet. When he becomes a toddler, she might hit me with the same shit like, he doing too much. You know what I mean? Like, but it's, I view it 100% as a favor because just like how people who have kids who are like in teenage age and they force their kids to watch their younger siblings, you're low key at forcing your kid to. Pardon me, I'm too loud here. You're picking me up. You're low key getting a favor from your kid that you're forcing a favor from them pretty much. With your parents, you can't force them because of the fact that they're independent and don't necessarily live under your roof. And if they did, they're still an adult. But it's always a favor to have someone do something for you that you cannot do for yourself at the moment, and it's your obligation to.
So let me ask y'all a question.
And by the way, before you ask your question, it is still a privilege to be able to have be alive and see your grandchildren and all that. But there's some grandparents who are like, yo, I'm never watching no kids for you. Like, if I'm happy that they can come visit. I love them. I love them and all that, but I'm not doing that. Like, and they call them selfish boomers. A lot of them is the boomer age. My mom's a boomer. You know what I mean? They call them selfish boomers. They still living their life. But
so I got a question. So
yes, sir.
For like Tasha, so you said you always ask it as a favor, but do you ever like really think she's gonna say no? Like, does like what would a no, like if she was to actually one day be like no, how would you feel?
She said no before.
Yeah.
She
All right.
has.
Well, what was that like? Like, what was that like? What was it like? What was the reasoning? If you don't mind.
Yeah, outside of her having to work, because that's a legit reason. Sometimes she's just tired, to be honest. She was like,
Okay.
I was watching your sister's kids all this week. I just don't have the energy for your son right now. Like, I just
Oh,
want to
okay.
rest. So I'm like,
Okay.
okay, like I get it. Even though there are moments where I'm like, oh, she had the energy to watch all three of them, but not mine. But it's never like it's never like that though. It's just kind of like, okay, I accept it for what it is. And I'm like, all right, well, yeah. So yeah, she
Okay.
definitely tells me no when she's tired. If she has to work, and I'm trying to think. It's never because she doesn't want to. I definitely said she's never like, oh, I just don't feel like it. It's normally like I'm tired and I just
Right.
don't have the energy. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Go ahead, Black.
And you see, and that was the part, and that was the point that I was also making with like where it is. I feel like it's a duty, but it's also still like you don't have to like if she does say no, it shouldn't be like, oh my God, no, I can't believe it. It should be no, damn, all right, fuck it, next time. Like
Hmm.
like I don't think she would. I don't think any grandparent is gonna say no for no real reason, unless it's like your friend's mom. Whereas I feel like for that situation, it's more so as she, like you said, she really didn't raise her kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if the grandma did it, then now you can't. Now you want me to raise a baby? I didn't want to raise you when you was a baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love you. I love my grandkid, but I still want to be outside. I don't want to be stuck. Like, that was your decision. Like, I feel like that's more of that. What is like Richard said, it's the selfish thing. Like,
But
it was always about her.
but now I look at it like, if you were fortunate enough that you had your mother there to assist you in raising your child, so you like same situation. My mom wasn't very nurturing because my grandmother was there. My grandmother raised us. She passed away in my mid-20s. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, when I was talking to my brother, I was like, yo, our mom paid bills and all that, but she wasn't like a nurturing mom. Grandma raised us, you know what I mean? And I'm like, how are you mad at her? You seem like you hold some type of resentment for the fact that all three of your kids, mommy necessarily didn't really watch me, had to pay for daycare and all that different stuff. And I'm like,
She don't really do that.
huh?
She doesn't really do that. Like,
Yeah,
how
she don't
can
really
you
do
like?
that. How are you surprised? What are you mad about? Like you know
Hmm.
who she is. Like if somebody shows you who they are, believe them. You know what I mean? For me, it's like I don't hold no grudge or anything. Like I know who my mom. When I got with Tasha, we was talking when she got pregnant, we talked about that. She's like, oh, maybe your mom could. I was like, my
No, your
mom.
mom told me flat out. She said, I don't watch babies. She told me flat
Hmm.
out. And I
And
knew.
but
I was like, okay.
But she watches. But she does watch our baby. She does a great job watching him too. He loves her. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I said, I think she said it wrong. I think it's toddlers, but we shall see. Give me. I'll come. Give me like 8 months, and I'll come back
And you'll come
and,
back and let us know.
and let us know how that's going. You know what I mean? Well,
Nah, again, yeah, like you said, that's all preference. Like, with certain people, you just gotta know. Like, even like, um, yeah, like, God rest her soul, my mom, if my mom was alive, I would know, like, it'll be more of like a privilege to her. Like, if I had a child and I'd be like, hey, mom, on Tuesday, I'm bringing him over or
oh,
her
your mom
over.
will be hype, nigga.
She'll set up a whole day for them. Like,
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's just certain people, how certain people move in certain situations. It's just, you gotta know, like you said, if if a parent has, and this doesn't mean that they're a bad parent either, but
Mm-hmm.
if they're letting somebody else do the nurturing for their child, then that's just like you said, it's just not in them.
Mm-hmm.
So when a situation arises for it to be their turn, they still don't want to do it. They
Yeah,
didn't want to do it.
yeah.
It's just not
Like
them.
I wasn't nurturing then. I damn sure didn't grow up to be nurturing now.
Facts.
I wasn't nurturing for you, and you came out of me. Like you know
I
what I mean?
mean,
Like
the nurturing got less.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, you know what I mean. And don't get me wrong. Not saying they can't grow to it, but I feel like it doesn't happen until they're really out of that. I'm still living my
hmm
life phase. Like my mom is at the point where she's like really like things are really slowing down for my mom now. You know what I mean?
hmm
And as a result, I feel as though it's like no lie. When we went to New York before we dropped off my son yesterday, Tasha was like, "Did you call your mom first? Cause she never home." We pulled up to my mom's house. She wasn't home. Like you know what I mean? Like I had to call her, and fortunately she was in the area, but she had just come from a barbecue and all that stuff. Like she be outside. Like fortunately she was not going out last night. Check out my story on my personal page. You see we was at the mile. I was in New York, nigga. Hey, black, you should be in New York. Black, you should have been in New York. You know what I mean?
That's
All
all
right.
good.
But anyway, we're gonna move on to the next topic. All right. It has been said that women who prioritize because, and I want to preface this before I ask a question. As you guys know, on a lot of the red pill shows and a lot of the man shows, they state that women who prioritize their careers often won't ever find a man, or they'll find a Pookie or a Ray Ray that they're taking care of pretty much because of the fact that they didn't make that like men don't care about your salary. You know what I mean? So there's now a thing that it says women who prioritize careers before love are 2 times more likely to marry after 35 and stay married.
Hmm.
Tasha, we're going to go with you first on this one. How do you feel about that, and why do you feel the way you feel?
No, I would have to agree. Um, I think you date with more clarity and intention when you're in your mid 30s. Um, so I'll definitely agree with that. But in terms of, I'm trying to think, was I chasing my career? Was I chasing my career? I mean, I guess so. So I would say I was chasing my career in the beginning when I had my first son, but then afterwards, it was just more so like just wanting to experience life. Um, yeah. So I'll say that. And repeat. Can you repeat the whole question one more time?
Do you agree with this statement? Women who prioritize careers before love are 2 times more likely to marry after 35 and stay married.
So I'm sorry, not to cut you off, Tasha, but so basically they're saying that like just women are waiting longer and they're getting into happier relationships.
Pretty much.
That's what the data is saying. So it's like I'm only speaking from my lens and my experience because I'm not married yet, but I'm obviously dating with intention and clarity, and that is the conversation that me and my lovely partner had.
Who's that
Hmm.
guy?
However, I will say, um, and I think this goes to something you all were talking about before. When you've been single for a long time, it's hard to be in a relationship. So if you're prioritizing your career and all of that, you're making money, sometimes you are a little bit more picky and selective in your process for dating. So I'm actually a little bit surprised that the data is saying that if you marry post 35, you'll stay together. Like, I see it because you're dating with intentions, but at the same time, I'm like, dag, I'm like, I know some folks who are in their 40s and they're still single, and they're like, no, I just don't plan on settling down. I haven't found the person that's right for me, and I'm okay with being single, and they enjoy their single life. So I was a little bit intrigued by the data to hear that, but only speaking from my experience, I would say yes, that would be correct. But once again, I'm not married, so I don't know exactly how to navigate that question.
You know you about to
Hmm.
be married. Cut it out. You know you about to be married. Cut that shit up. But no, I understand. I respect what you're saying. Black.
I think it kind of I guess it should make sense. Like you waited, you know what you're looking for now. Like you should be more stable. You should be knowing what you're looking for and what you want. And yeah, you're 35. You're not making childish mistakes. You're thinking with a clear head mind. You're not thinking financially because your career is set.
Hmm.
So you're picking the person that you want to be with you.
Mm, I disagree. I think y'all fail at it. No, let me stop. Nah, I would agree, and I think it's not just women. I think it's for men. I think that this statistic can run the same for men. I feel as though if a man chooses to prioritize the career first, prioritize a career, a trade, whatever it may be, where they can sustain themselves. I think financial stability, and especially in our society, is probably the biggest factor into
Hmm.
people staying married. Yes, there's the external factors of as far as what you'll accept from somebody as far as dealing with cheating and all this different stuff and all that. But like as far as like if you remove all those other things, something that can always ruin a relationship is financial stability and for the man in the relationship or the woman in the relationship to be financially stable, if they have the mindset of getting with if they're of the mindset of choosing somebody who's right for them, most likely they're not going to choose somebody who they're taking care of. You most likely, especially if they're like you're not. Yes, you're off the calendar as a woman at 35, but you still have plenty of life in you. You know what I mean? You still have plenty of life in you, and a lot of the immature men and suitors will probably weed themselves out because of the fact that they'll feel like, oh, you're off the calendar, or you're a single mom, or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? They'll view it as, hey, I'm worth more than this because she had a kid, or they'll view it as, oh, she's too old, whatever it may be, and they'll take themselves out of that situation. So now the pool that you really have to choose from, you've already limited that pool from those guys. Not because you're limited from that pool, but like I said, they kind of weed themselves out. So now those who are of the mindset that are willing to date those women who are older or may have a child already and everything like that, you can choose from those men. You can choose from those men, and you'll know if they have the right mindset that you want and all that. Same thing for guys. It's like, all right, I'm 35. I'm 35, 36, whatever. After 35, right? But I got money. I don't really need to be with a woman. So the woman I'm choosing, damn sure gonna be the woman I want to be with. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like what? Same thing for the woman. It's like you don't really need a man, so the person you're gonna choose definitely gonna be somebody you want to be with. Because it's like, why the fuck not? Why deal with
Why
anything
do
else?
anything else?
You know what I mean? Black, why you off to the side now?
Oh, I was just leaning.
Oh, okay. Don't lean to the other side
My fault.
now. You know what I mean? Like to me, it's like I can agree. I can definitely agree with this statement, but I do know that like a lot of a lot of people will probably feel different. It's like after 35, she's not finding nobody to be with her, or like the sentiment in our society, especially on the consensus on YouTube, is like she's not finding nobody who's gonna take her seriously. She might find a pookie who wants to be taken care of, but she's not gonna find no a man of substance. Black.
I don't think that that's. I think that that's kind of not true anymore. Like, 'cause you know what I'm saying? Because especially our generation, like earlier generations, I feel like they were like they felt like after a certain age they couldn't get married, they couldn't get have kids anymore. I just seen the statistics. This was the first year in how many years that people over the age of 40 had kids, had more kids than teenagers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just things are just moving differently now. Like, you know what I'm saying? People is waiting a little bit longer to do certain things now. So I feel like that's gonna change soon. Like that mindset, like oh, she's over the hill, she can't do anything. That mindset is gonna change. It's changing, I should say.
Okay. Well, you know, one a lot of that's for women who haven't had children, but a lot of those women who are at that age, there's many women at that age who already had children, and we already. Oh, Eat With Me LLC says that's interesting. I remember one of your guests saying that people should get married younger. 100%. Oh, that's
Yeah,
way back.
that that's like
Yo, who
the
is Eat With Me LLC again?
I don't know, but they was watching early episodes.
Wow, that's crazy. That's like 3, 4 years ago.
That was literally our first viral episode for real.
Yeah, facts. Um, shit, that threw me off. Yeah, but no,
How do you feel about that? Do you agree with that?
So
That people should be getting married at a younger age? Because I don't really agree with that.
can you,
so
well,
boom.
black, before you answer, can you express why you
Mhm.
don't agree with that? Or do you want Black to answer
Um,
first?
oh, Black can answer first, then I'll answer.
All right, so boom. So when the guy that she's talking about came on the show, right? When he said it, like in the moment, I was like, damn, maybe we should have did this younger. But then as I was thinking about it, I was like, his reasoning was cool behind why he feels like we should have got married younger. But as I was thinking about it, I was like, hell no. That shit would have just turned me off from that person, and then I would have maybe who knows if I would have wanted to get out that marriage. Like the person who I was with at that age, I could never see myself with today. Like you know what I'm saying? At this age right now, I could never see
Mm-hmm.
myself with that person.
Yep.
Like so, what would happen? Like I would be in a going through a divorce or something like that. Like nah, things change. Like you said, like with age, like
But
22-year-old black.
there's so many factors that could affect that though. Black, if you would have married her younger, she could have grown with you. She could have changed. There's so many factors that could have
No,
changed that. She could have looked at it
no,
like when she got married to you, she could have decided
no,
let me woman up. You know what I mean?
or maybe not.
Or maybe not. Exactly. So you can't. You know what I mean?
Like, but
You
I'm
know what I mean?
saying like some person. What I'm going off of what she like, what that person was at that time, like, and I don't know what they're doing now with themselves, but from what I heard, a lot hasn't changed. So I would just say like, yeah, that'll be crazy.
I
Like,
guess
you know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Okay. Like, all right. I'll say like first, Mr. RGP said it's more likely to fail if younger. To your question, Tosh. Um, I genuinely feel like because I want to give some context to what he said. He said that people should get married younger because of the fact that they will grow with each other. They're gonna make their mistakes, but they're gonna do it with each other.
Hmm.
Some mistakes you can't get past.
And he was and he was like that part of it was like that he was like it'll be less like we would be less worried about flesh because we would be in a relationship, so we wouldn't be thinking about sowing our royal oats kind of thing. Like that's what he said too. Like, and I get what he was trying to say. Well, basically what he was trying to say, like you would like you wouldn't open yourself up to as much
Mm-hmm.
if you got married younger.
Yeah.
Which I
So
think
limit. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
go right. No, go say what you was about to say. Yeah, that's
Oh,
exactly
I
it.
was just gonna say, so kind of limiting the promiscuity of it is kind of giving you sexual
Exactly.
discipline because you're married at a younger age.
That's
Yeah.
what he
That
was
can
trying to
come
say.
with some backlash. Because I was asking Richard about this the other day. I was like, say for instance, you never, how do I ask this? Okay, so you're not a virgin or whatever. Maybe you had
Hmm.
a partner before. But I'm thinking about like for those who wait until marriage and you never sampled the product, right? I'm like, what happens when you actually like have sex, right? You consummate the marriage and it's whack. Do you like can you train a person if it never changes? Is that grounds for divorce? I was like, it's very, very interesting that whole thing of like, oh yeah, like think about it from a religious aspect of like, you wait until marriage, y'all don't live together, you don't know each other, not bad habits or nothing, and then you come together and you realize I didn't really know this person, and now I'm stuck with them for life. Like, what do
Hmm.
you do?
And
Uh,
stuff.
So that's why I'm not really big on the whole marrying while young because I'm still figuring myself out. You're still figuring yourself out. I did have a friend that married very, very young. He said he did appreciate getting married young because he was able to, him and his wife were able to
are they still married?
deal. Yes, they are still married.
Okay.
They were able to deal with all the young bullshit that came with their young age. Like he did
Can
shit, she did shit. They were able to move past it. Thankfully, that's not
can I
everybody's
can I
situation.
ask you a
But he was
question?
like, if I waited later, they probably would not have stayed together. There's certain things that
Oh
they couldn't
shit.
come back from. What's wrong?
The screen look all messed up real quick. I didn't realize that. Damn it. Anyway, it don't
Eat
matter.
with, Eat with Me LLC says you got to build the foundation of your life with someone, not just alongside them.
So I'm assuming that Eat With Me LLC agrees with the idea of getting married younger. I would assume. But like, I want to ask you a question. You said they moved past it and they're still married. For you don't gotta mention which friends this is. This could be made up friends, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Would you want to? Would you? Their current relationship now. Would you ever want to emulate that relationship that they have? Do you feel like it's a relationship that you would want to be like, oh, I would want something like that? Their current relationship right now.
Would I want something like that?
Yeah.
I don't know all the intricacies of their marriage to really
From
say
what
I
you see,
want
from
that.
what you see, from what you see.
From what I see, probably not.
So that may have affected the relationship.
It could have. It could have, to be honest with you. That's what I'm saying. Like for me, I remember wanting to get married very young when I had my son. But thinking about where I'm at in life now, in retrospect, I'm glad I didn't because I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what it meant to be a wife at all. I couldn't cook back then. Like it would have been terrible. I just think about how bad it would have been. So I'm not really for the married while young. I feel like you need to experience a little bit of life before getting married. I've
So
known folks who got married straight out of high school at 18. I know somebody and they got divorced like literally within 6 months. Like they didn't really
so
know their partner.
so are you okay? So do you feel as though they should also wait on children as well, or I know that you've been on the you've spoken on the show before, and you mentioned you had a child at 19 or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel as though you should also wait on children if that's the case, so that you can continue to grow, or do you feel like having a child is also part of the growing experience for those who happen to have children? Check me out. I might as well change these glasses. I'm not even being toxic. I'm being a real journalist right now.
I'm trying to ask, like, I heard the question. I'm trying to process this. Are you saying, is it okay to have a child young without being married? Is that what you're asking?
No, because you said you're leaning more on the side of getting married later. But a lot of people often say you should wait till you get married to have children. So either you're saying wait for the marriage and then have the child, or you're saying, hey, I'd still rather wait for the marriage, but I'm okay with having a child before that.
I mean, the marriage is always, you always want that type of security. And we talked about this earlier. I'm like, oh my goodness, I grew up so religious. And so it's like, obviously, the push was for marriage first for that
Mm-hmm.
security. But at the same time, like, I don't feel like it's a requirement or a necessity, to be completely honest with you.
Hmm.
Um, so that's where it's like it's a bit of a double-edged sword, because I know folks who waited till marriage to have a kid and it didn't work out. And then I know folks that had a kid and then got married and it did work out. So it's like we're being taught one thing, but then sometimes it goes in a completely different direction, which is why I don't shame people or shun them or be like, oh, you have to be married before you have a kid. I'm like, no, I'm I'm living proof of it. Like, I don't feel like you have to necessarily be married in order to have children. I would not jump on that bandwagon. And I was
Okay.
raised very religiously, where I was taught I was supposed to be married before. I do aspire to get married, but I don't feel like it's a requirement before having a kid, to be honest with you.
Black, do you feel as though people? I mean, this is branching off the topic, but do you feel it's
No, it's
branching off
okay.
what? Yeah, branching off what we're talking about currently. You said you feel as though people should wait, correct, to get married.
To get married, yeah.
Okay. Do you feel they
100%.
should also wait for children as well?
Um, nah, I don't think it's you. Well, yeah.
Because are you?
All right.
Because would you judge a woman who has multiple children and never been married?
If you have multiple baby fathers
What's
and
multiple?
never been
What's
married,
multiple? More than one
hmm?
or more than two?
Multiple is more than one.
Okay. All right. Okay. Tasha is an example of a woman who has multiple baby fathers. She has two.
Yeah, but right. So she has multiple baby fathers, and she's in aspirations of now she's with you. She's wanting to get married with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now a girl has two baby daddies, and then she's trying to get with another guy after that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I feel like it starts to get sticky. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like it starts to get, not to say that you can't, like, of course, there's always reasons for everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nothing in this world is perfect. Nothing is set in stone.
But
There's
but
always
what?
reasons.
Because what if
Hmm?
both of the men she was with were abusive?
This
You
is
know what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying. This, no, I agree with that. That's my whole point. Like, nothing is, there's always reasons where everything I'm saying could be null and void. But for the most part, like, if you're going into like situations, you got to be thinking marriage. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to be,
Mm-hmm.
at some point, like, at some point, I feel like you should want to have a bond with a person like that, especially when you're having kids. Like, you can have the kids young. Yeah, if we're together, if we get together young, whatever, we're 21 and we have a kid. No, it wasn't planned. It's cool. I don't feel like now, oh, we gotta be forcing like hurry up trying to rush to get married because we have this kid. We can still be together, raise our kid, and plan our marriage for later. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of weird. Like, yeah, the kid is, I guess the kid is more of a bond in the marriage, but especially in our day and age now, what comes with that marriage is a lot more like all of the paperwork and all of those things. Like,
Finances, all of that.
yes, it's more to it. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like now people should wait a little bit more for
But
that.
because shit, divorce is expensive. You know what
That's
I
what I'm
mean?
trying to show you. That's what I'm
Like
trying to show you.
I'm kind of glad you said it the way you said it, because it's less about us separating and more about all the factors they put into
Mm-hmm.
us separating when we get
Mm-hmm.
married. You know what I mean? That was
Mm-hmm.
actually a very good way of looking at it, Black. Hold on real quick. Eat With Me LLC says when you get married older, you bring a fully formed version of yourself into the relationship. So you're choosing from clarity, not confusion. She said,
That's good.
I said she. I don't know if it's he or she. I think it depends. I don't really have a dog in the race. I think having a person to make you better is all that matters. I agree. I agree. Having somebody that makes you better is definitely all that matters. I will say that being that I did have a child before I got married, that I don't think that it I think a lot of that comes from my religious side. That feels as though I should have been married first, because sometimes I do think about that. Sometimes I do think about that. That comes from like, because even though I may not be as religious as I was growing up, I grew up in the church. You know what I mean? I grew up. I'm Roman Catholic, and I grew up in the church, and stuff like that I think came more so from the stuff that I was indoctrinated into. You know what I mean? Because in all reality, it's like you rush to get married to people, and like I've seen it with my own eyes. People that got married young, and later on they come to like think about it, like, yeah, even though I love my family and all that stuff, I feel like I got married too young. You know what I mean? And it was like I could have had my kids and took care of my kid. We could have co-parented. Shit, we could have still been together, like you said, Black. We could have still been together, but just not necessarily with the stressors that come with being married. Because when you get married, yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask this question. When you're not married and somebody cheats, I feel as though do you feel as though you're more willing to work it out or less willing to work it out? Cause it's weird. It's a weird situation. Cause them cheating now is more of a violation because you're married, but you should be working it out. But if you cheat when you're not married, it's less of a violation, but it's easier to leave. So, like, you know what I mean?
So which one do you feel like is the easier one to work out?
Man, that's a topic right there.
Let's talk about it.
I mean, it's 9/11. We got like.
Oh gosh.
We got like 19 more minutes. All right. So, which is the easiest situation to deal with?
Yeah, I asked you.
All right, well, we got to pose the question so that way I can make a clip out of this.
All right. So, what situation would be easier to deal with? Getting cheated on when you're just boyfriend and girlfriend dating, or getting cheated on
with a kid,
or getting cheated on married with a kid as well?
You asking me first?
Yeah.
Sheesh. It is very like I said, it's much easier to leave while you're in a relationship. But I feel as though in those situations, somebody's gonna be resentful, and there's gonna be a lot of other legalities that's gonna go on, like child support and all that different stuff.
Either way, it's child support.
Either way, this child. See, that's the thing. So, shit.
Either way.
You know what?
But with the marriage, it's also it could be alimony too with the marriage.
I know. And you the one if you're the one that got caught cheating and all that. Like I feel as though I don't know. I think it's so much more of a bigger disrespect when you're married. Granted, you having a family together and you cheating is fucking. This is crazy. You know what I mean? You have a child that you're not considering at all, but I think that when you're married, that would be so hard to move past. If I'm married, bro, I'm gonna be like, what? Like I.
So which one did you choose? Choose one. Come on.
Which one do I
want? Which one would you be willing to take them back? Which one would you take them back? Like, which one are you willing to work out? Because if you're not saying the marriage, you're crazy.
You know why? Because if it was a relationship, I'm not working shit out. It's just like
that's my point. If you're not saying the marriage, you're crazy.
But if it's not a relationship, I'm not working shit out. But me and you can still link up later, probably. That's the thing. Like we might. I'm. You're my baby mom.
Look what you're thinking of. Look what you're thinking about.
You know what I mean? With my wife, is like I don't want to touch you no more. You. Oh my God, this is such a hard question. This is a really good question.
For me, it has to be the marriage. If I'm gonna choose one, it has to be the marriage. That's the one that I will be willing to work out. You know how I feel about cheating. But if the marriage is the one. If I'm gonna be like, all right, come on.
You know what it is with the relationship one? We can come back later in time.
Yeah.
With the relationship one is we make our mistakes, and that's kind of what he was trying to allude to when he was saying getting married younger, because you can deal with those stuff at younger. Like we can make our mistakes and grow into each other to a point where we know each other and we won't make those mistakes no more. But I'm like, but we married and you made those mistakes, nigga. Like. I'm sorry. For me, I'm gonna choose relationship. I'm more willing to deal with it in relationship wise because
Okay.
me and you could later, being that we had that bond of a child. If you're still the person that I fell in love with, we may separate
Right.
for many years, but if I'm still attracted to you, you're still a person like, and that's like if that fire's still there between us, years down the line, I may be able to be like, yeah, you did me wrong, but you may have grown. You know what I mean? But if
And
you
so
were
you're
married,
saying if
huh?
there's no coming back for your wife from that
No, you my wife and you cheated on me, like you violated the sanctity
of this marriage.
of this marriage. Nah, I can't do it. What about you? What about you, Journey Ma?
No, we're on the same page with that. We've talked about that. That's a non-negotiable. That's an easy no for me. Sorry.
Which one?
No, 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 no. Which one? No, 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 no. You have to forgive one.
Oh, I have to forgive one?
Yeah,
Which one would you be willing to
yeah.
forgive?
Which one would I be willing to forgive?
Like work out. You're willing to work it out. You have a child, but you're just in a relationship with this person. You have a child with this person, but you're just in a relationship, never been married. Or you're married to this person, have a child with them, and they decided to cheat. Which one can you work out? Which one can you work out?
Which one could I work out?
That's a really good fucking question. We might have to.
It
get
is a good
back.
question because I'm like, because I like the way that you said it. Like, like if it's my husband, like I may not be able to look at him the same because he broke the commitment in the vows. Versus like we're not married, there wasn't a commitment in the vow. There was like an unspoken truth that you're supposed to be loyal.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll be able to forgive them
Later on
more
down the
so than
line,
my
right?
husband. Yeah, later on down
Okay.
the line for sure. It's not gonna be immediate, but yeah, I would say if this is my husband, I probably wouldn't look at them the same. Like you know better in both situations, but you actually made this vow and this commitment and did that. That's like I would have a hard time forgiving that versus like if we didn't make that commitment or vow. So yeah, I'll probably choose the same one as Richard. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, so Black, you're saying you would be able to we'd be more willing to work out the relationship. You'd be more willing to work out the marriage. And
The
Black,
marriage.
you may be making the correct decision because you're supposed to be working out
No,
your marriage. You know what I mean?
that's how I would be looking at it. Like you said, you was talking about the sanctity of the vows and all of that stuff. Like for me, that's what I would be like. You know what? We made this commitment. Let's see if we can work this out. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I would think. I don't
But it's such a weird thing to make a commitment and then break the
Mm-hmm.
commitment and then I'm supposed to be like, you know what? I made a commitment, so let me like,
know.
nigga, you broke it already. Like nigga, when niggas break treaties, niggas go to war, right? I'm just saying
Nah, I get what you're right though.
like it's so weird to use the same vows that you broke as to why I should work it out with you. Fuck
Nah,
out of here.
but you see, but then you see, then that goes to the part of two wrongs don't make it right. Like you know what I'm saying? Just
I'm not.
because
What am
you
I doing
broke,
wrong? What am I doing wrong besides removing myself?
you're not sticking to your vows. Just because she broke her vows,
They
don't mean
already
you're
didn't stick
supposed
to
to.
their
Yeah,
vows.
you don't gotta break yours because they broke theirs. You can still stick to yours. That's still you.
I'm pretty sure when a contract is broken, the contract is broken. You know what I mean? You kind
So
of
yeah,
broke.
both parties don't have to break the contract.
Exactly. The
Like,
contract is already broken. You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to say, like that's how I view it. Like, but anyway, that we might have to bring that question back. That was a really
No,
fucking good
let's see.
question.
Let's bring it back.
We're
We can
gonna
always
table
bring
that
it
one.
back.
We're gonna table that one. All right. Last question of the night. Who does marriage benefit more? Matter of fact, Tasha, this was your question.
yes.
And who you pose it and pose it to who you want to pose it to first. Go ahead. Do Black. Don't do me.
Oh, I have to pose it to you all first because I actually had some answers because I feel like this was a natural transition. We were already talking about the marriage thing, and so I'll ask it. But I had
Hold
my
on,
own.
hold on. Before you do, I do want to read Young Sensation 32's comment. He said, "Marriage is forever evolving. My marriage is forever evolving. Who you marry today and who they become are two different people. So it's all about what's at risk. And infidelity happens in every relationship." Do y'all agree infidelity happens in every relationship?
Infidelity?
No, let's not go into that. Let's not go into that. Young Sensation, we'll get back to you. Because Mr. RGP is already ready for the next question. Tasha, go
He
ahead and
said the
pose.
woman easily. He ain't even give it a chance to,
I know,
to
yeah.
marinate.
I can pose the question of like, who does marriage benefit more of? Can I answer it too, or I have to let y'all answer first?
Yeah, no, you can answer it too.
No, you don't
Because
answer
we
after you
always-
ask the question. You wait.
Okay,
Hold on
all
to
right.
your
Well, then go
answer.
ahead and answer, and then I'll tell you.
Okay.
Who does marriage benefit more, men or women?
Yeah.
Black, you go first.
I think marriage benefits the woman more.
Okay.
Can you explain why?
All of the factors, like, from even after some shallow parts, like,
Yo,
growing up, like,
center yourself, man. Thank you.
goddamn. Even for like, some of like the shallow parts of it. Like, what I'm saying? I feel like again, women start planning their weddings from they're 5 years old. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like from things like that. Like for image purposes, like I feel like there's more beneficiary factors. And even like, yeah, we're talking about the marriage, but even if the marriage ends, like 9 out of 10 times the woman comes out on top.
Can I
If
can
the
I can I
marriage
can I ask a question?
Mhm.
I feel like you're only looking at it from the aspect of if the marriage ended. How about if the marriage is successful and they remain together indefinitely? Who is benefiting more in that relationship? Because no lie, we anticipated that people would look at it as who benefits
when the
more if it
relationship
ends. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's real talk. That's real talk.
Yeah,
Because that's how I looked at it.
yeah.
But see, because now when you're saying benefits, I feel like it's more of like a give or take situation if it's saying because like in that case it's more give or take. Like I don't feel like anybody is more beneficiary than
Mr.
anybody
RGP
else.
Mr. RGP said it's still the woman. A man gains nothing from marriage.
This is why I asked that question.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and answer the question because I want to be able to give some context to why I asked it.
Who me?
Eat with me. LLC said it's meant easily because we get a cook, a secretary, and a planner,
And most they get security.
and most they get security.
Mr. RGB question: what does a man truly get? Okay, Black. So you
A
said
cook.
Black. You said they truly get a cook, Black. That's what you said.
I didn't say that. I'm saying
Oh,
what Eat with me LLC says. That
oh,
wasn't mine.
okay. I'm about to say, geez, you came with the heat.
No, that
Um,
even me LLC is a male, by the way.
yeah, I can see that now.
Yeah, now we know
Young
that.
Sensation 32 says, women, because to be honest, a marriage ends when a woman is no longer happy. Most men can withstand tough times with their partners. Whoa.
Very true. That's very true.
Mr. RGP says, what does a man truly get? A headache, less money, the responsibility if it
So,
That's
address these conflicts. I need you to answer so I can address
Who,
them.
me?
Yes, you have not answered it.
yeah. You didn't
Oh.
answer.
I'm going to say that I feel as though I personally think that if it's the right relationship, both people benefit. If it's the right relationship, you know what I mean?
100%.
Like both of you are gaining a person who is now a partner and assisting you. Like for me, I like if I were to marry, if me and Tasha were married the entirety of our relationship right now, I think that I think we've both benefited significantly. She doesn't live where she used to live. My relationship with my mother is different because of the fact that I've moved, which is part of everything that we've done together. You know what I mean? My credit score is 10 times better because of her assistance. It's if me and her were married right now, it's definitely been a benefit to the both of us. I don't think that one has gained more or lost more
Then the other.
than the other in this relationship so far. You know what I mean? And that's what I said. Like if it's the right partner, because a lot of people are not looking at it from the partnership aspect. I feel like Mr. RGP may be looking at it from the aspect of the man in like a traditional relationship where the man is doing everything and the man is taking care of everything. But if you don't have that type of relationship where you and your partner understand, like, yo, listen, bills is bills and we all got to pay them, nigga. we would save more money if we paid them together. You know what I mean? Like, but that's just my opinion. But 10 times is crazy. You had like,
AKA Immortals. Go ahead,
go
my
ahead.
fault.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. You go ahead.
AKA Immortal said no offense to anyone, but marriage isn't something you should go into for benefits. And that's what I'm saying. Like you shouldn't like I think everything should like it should be a push and a pull in a man. That shouldn't be like, oh, I'm in here, I'm benefiting from him. Like that's not real. That's not real. That's corny. Like you know what I'm saying? There should be a push and pull. Nobody should be fully benefiting from somebody else.
But okay, I'm gonna say I'm gonna play devil's advocate before you go in, Tasha. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read a comment. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Mr. RGP, who is being like Clout Jones today, said, "There's really nothing for a man outside of a vow. That's not a and then that's when AKA Mortal said what you said. Then he said that's not a qualitative factor though. Getting a partner does nothing for a man. It's just social status. But if you had all of those factors without a partner, what is the gain to marriage? If you were an actor and made 10 million plus, why would you get married? The risk outweighs the benefits."
Is Mr. RGP a divorcee?
Is he a divorcee?
Yeah.
Mr. RGP, are you a divorcee? I know the answer. I know the answer to this, but I'm not gonna answer.
Go ahead, Tasha.
Yeah.
The reason why I asked this question is because a lot of what's being pushed right now, at least in the media, because I even asked my son, I said, do you want to get married? And he told me flat out no. I said, do you aspire to be a father? He said yes, immediately. And I'm like, right? But this is what's being pushed to young men currently. It's like marriage doesn't come across as an incentive at all. It's more so of what you're going to lose as a man. What's being pushed is, oh my God, like monogamy, sorry. Like you're going to have to sleep with only one person for the rest of your life. Who wants to do that, right? And then if it doesn't work out, God forbid, you're going to lose everything. She's going to take your house, your car, all your money. This is what's being pushed to young men. As a result, if you're not incentivizing the benefits of marriage, why would you want to get married, right? So for me, what the scary part about it is you have so many men that don't want to get married but want to have kids. We're going to live in a society where you're going to have a lot of single moms and a lot of blended families. I just feel like the society in which we're in, it's not going in the right direction. If we're pushing on platforms that men, there's no benefit to getting married. You might as well just stay single and just keep populating the earth and have a whole bunch of single women with a whole bunch of babies. That's what's going to happen. When you are with the right person, I feel as though you both are mutually benefiting from it. But I feel like because we keep pushing this whole narrative of no, there's only a loss and the women always wins, this is why a lot of people are scared to get married. So I thought it was interesting. Even my son fell in that trap as well. He's like, I want to be a dad, but I have no desire to get married.
This is crazy. He's 16 years old. And, you know, like, he's on YouTube, all that, and that's the stuff that they pushing all over society, like you said. So it's not surprising that he feels that way. Mr. RGP said he is separated from his wife. They're not divorced yet.
I read it.
Oh, no, I was reading it for everybody who was...
Oh, my fault.
Yeah. Like I was talking to you. Black act like I was talking to him.
No, I did.
First of all, I am talking to you. You asked the fucking question, actually.
Nah, but I know, but I'm saying I read it already.
Okay,
so
okay. That makes sense why you answer me now. Now it makes sense. He said, I don't think it's something limited to age or status like mine. AKA Mortar said, there's a certain je ne sais quoi when you find the right person that defies logic and reason. Mr. RGP said, in Japan, it's the same thing. Young Sensation 32 said, marriage is the key to wealth. Stability keeps people focused. Okay.
Eat With Me LLC said that, I think she said that that relationships are transactional. Like I understand that, like, but when you say transactional, it's still like the push and the pull that I'm talking about. Like it can't be just transactional one way. Like I do get the trend. Like yes, relationships are transactional.
Should they be though? Should they be?
I mean, you want it to be one-sided?
No. Should they be transactional at all? Should it be based on I did something, and yeah, I did, and not nothing tit for tat, but like I provide for you and you provide for me in some other way compared to it's like I'm just doing these things because I love you and hopefully you love me the same that you do things as well. I'm not counting how much you do. I'm not keeping a record of oh I did 17 things in this time span and you only did 3. You know what I mean?
No,
Cuz
no, don't do that. That's dragging it. Not to cut you off, but I feel like no, don't keep a count. I don't think that's what he meant when he's saying like it's transaction. I don't think he's saying like keep a count like oh it's 17 to 3. But you know, like you said, we do things for each other. Like it shouldn't be oh I did 10 and you did 2. It should be I did these things and you did those things, and that's it.
I just think
okay.
the word transactional is a little weird. I feel like
Hmm.
reciprocation is a better word. It's not really transactional. I feel like
Okay.
transactional is kind of a one-off and you're done.
So relationships are reciprocal.
Yeah, they're not transactional. I would disagree with that.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Okay.
okay. I like that. I'm gonna
Yeah.
use. I'm gonna definitely title that. Relationships are transactional, not, reciprocal, not transactional.
Not transactional.
What you about to say? Go
One thing
ahead.
I was gonna say in terms of context, like if it's incentivized, people will get married. Like I think about, and I'm not saying that all military marriages last. They don't by any means. But in the military, there's so many benefits for being married. A lot of military men get married very, very quickly because they
Hmm.
Yeah,
incentivized, right? But if you're pushing then where like it's just all the losses, of course you're not wanting to get married. I feel like marriage should be seen more as, do I want to say as incentives not the word, but I feel like if you're pushing a certain narrative, that's what you're going to get. Like for me, I follow a lot of um married influencers and they talk
Hmm.
about the benefits of being married when you're building from scratch with your partner. I feel like when folks are talking about like one person has all this money and then they're with the person that doesn't have as much, they're seeing just all the losses of it and not what could be built together. So I don't know. I just think it's interesting. I already knew folks were going to say women are going to benefit because they're thinking about the loss and not when it actually works out. It's like, no, we actually building the fucking empire together. So I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who you've been dealing with.
I mean, I personally before I play devil's advocate, I wanna say Mr. RGP said that's all a marriage is, a transactional title. You do it because you love the person, but do you need the title to make the same fulfillment? You know, and do you need the same title to make the same fulfillment? Like, is she not like the whole idea of her making her an honest woman? Is she not an honest woman if you say you have a baby with her at 20 and you guys stay together forever till death? Were you not an honest woman? Like, what is the reason for the title outside of the benefits, outside of the financial incentives that the government places on it? Because if I'm playing devil's advocate, in no reality, marriage is a transactional thing. In the past, what marriage was based on was I, I'm gonna marry you to my daughter because I have this empire, and you have this empire with your son, and when they come together, we will mix our empire together, and our empires will become a greater empire. You know what I mean? Or I have 7 goats, you got
Mm-hmm.
5 cows.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So that's what marriage was. So,
Was.
huh?
Sorry. Emphasis on was. Was.
But I think they still keep that in a different sense of your finances become my finances. It's still the same thing in all reality. It's just that people aren't kings and queens anymore. Niggas ain't goat herders and fucking sheep herders really like that. But in all reality, is it not the same thing? If I owned a farm where I did have 7 goats and you own the farm where you have 5 cows, is it not us? Is it not me saying, you know what? I want a bigger harvest this year, and I know if I get those 5 cows, if I make my son marry her daughter with those 5 cows, that's now our another farm that we own together now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mhm.
So has it really changed that much?
Nope.
So with that being said, Tasha, is it not
Mhm.
transactional? Because like he said, you still love the person. You still love the person. Like I said, if you marry, if you were with them from 20 to till death, had kids and all that, what did the marriage itself do besides putting y'all money together?
You said, what did it do besides putting our money together?
Uh huh.
It made the like you said, it's the business part of it. The marriage, like you said, is a transactional. There is definitely a transaction, especially in today's society, in our society that we know. That's the biggest part of it.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
you
don't get me
said.
wrong. There definitely like more benefits for sure, like tax benefits. Yes, there are some contractual stuff that goes into it as well. I don't know. I just think about it in terms of like,
What the meaning is supposed to be.
yeah, what it's supposed to be, and just think about how it's not a nuclear family unit. Now you got male coming for all these different last names in one household. It's like we're not a family unit. It's like it's yours, mine, and it's supposed to be ours, but it's like it's weird. You're gonna be getting invitations to stuff. It's like to the Rodriguez and Pierre family, and it's like
What is
it's
that?
weird.
That's what
It's weird for me.
that matters to you.
It does matter because it doesn't
It's too
seem
much.
like a
It's too much
holistic family
mail.
unit. It's weird. No, I don't like that. Because then I'm also gonna be called something that I'm not. Like, oh, I'm going to Donnie's school. It's like, hi, Mrs. Pierre. It's like, oh, actually, it's Miss Rodriguez, and it's given the implication that we're not together. Like, it's just weird.
Mr. RGP says men lose every time in a marriage, regardless. What does a woman bring to a marriage? Nothing. LOL. What do they gain? Everything. Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ,
Oh, he's
Mister.
trolling today.
Yes, yeah, he is on one today.
Yo, Mr. RGP, answer your phone. When I'm after the show, I'm gonna give you a call, brother.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like, as Black said in the beginning, he said women are pretty much, I don't say trained, but we're conditioned to want to be married, right? But I don't feel like men are taught that at all. It's like men just want to have babies, and it's like I said, you're gonna have a world where it's a whole bunch of just single women, single moms, women with all these kids, and men just don't want to marry them, but they want to have kids. It's like, so then we won't have any virtuous women at that point. Is kind of how I feel. It's like, I don't know. I disagree with some of the sentiments that are being stated.
You and me LLC says, I don't think men lose though. You literally get someone to keep bloodline going and your last name. Mr. RGP says Solomon has 700 wives, right? That's in the Bible. So it's like men are the ones bringing everything. Ooh, Jesus.
What? Yeah, he is.
What's it called? I will say that I think that's something. Yes, you don't need to be married to have children. So I like that whole idea of, but you have a baby making factory when you are married. That you can. She's the factory, and I think a woman brings a lot of men solace. Remember, I'll say this before we wrap up the show. I think what a woman brings to a man, a good partner, like I said, a good partner in our day and age will definitely assist or meet you halfway on finances. A good partner will be there. Did the guy Black just leave? Black?
I don't know. I don't think he left. I think he just turned his screen off.
All right. Anyway, yeah, a good partner will be that friend that you have indefinitely, because we just spoke about the lonely man epidemic. You know what I mean? I share more with my partner than I can with my male friends. You know what I mean? And that vulnerability that you can have with a female partner and not have to restart with somebody else because you are married is an amazing feeling. They are your built-in best friend, and I think that's an aspect that men don't think about, which will also will lead to men feeling lonely. Like if you have that mindset, I feel as though that mindset that Mr. RGP is speaking about, when you view women in that manner, you better have a lot of fucking friends. Like you better have a huge circle, a very tight knit, huge circle. Because guess what? As you get older, and your friends go different places and start their own families, you better hope that they still got time for you. Because guess who would have time for you? Your wife. You know what I mean? So that's just how I look at it, and which is why people are always looking for companionship. You don't find companionship in your friends that you grew up with, because they're having companionship with their partner. You know what I mean? Like I think that's the value that a partner brings on both ends, male and female. Outside of finances, companionship is something that every human being needs, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. You know what I mean? But if you guys have any last words on that topic before I wrap it up and let Journey Mom push her podcast real quick.
Nah, I'm good. Go ahead.
You good, Black?
Yep.
Tosh?
Do I have any final thoughts on that?
Yeah.
I I guess it just depends on your stance when it comes to marriage. We even talked about like people get married for different things. You know, some people have their secular reasons, some people do it for religious purposes. Um, you know, everybody has their preference for it. But I do feel like if you have the right partner, both parties can grow something very beautiful together. Where there's really, you know, no loss. Like I said, the question automatically is going to drive people to think about the losses. But when you think about, like you said, a successful marriage, it comes with way more benefits than losses for both parties. So that's how I look at it.
Okay. Last comment, aka Immortal said maybe people don't have partners and don't know that they have someone that they are taking care of and confuse it for a real partner. As Rich said, a real partner brings equally. But at the same time, Rich, don't do it. Reconsider reconsider, read some literature. Let's go. Once again, I want to say shout out to Journey Mom, my lovely lady. This beautiful young lady we had as our guest today. I actually enjoyed. I enjoyed the topics today, and actually slowing things down a little bit today and having these conversations. Now I know you're just joking, aka. What's it called? I do want to say once again, make sure y'all go check out Journey Mom podcast. But Journey Mom, you let them know where they can find you on what platform and what you got going on.
Yeah, so on IG, my handle is journey.mom. I did put out my first clip, which was on the motherhood journey out on YouTube. So my business is called Journey Mom LLC. It's not just about my motherhood journey, but about, you know, my perspective in life as a woman in general. So uh, yeah, I would definitely say check out the podcast. Whether you're a man or woman, we're definitely going to be talking about a lot of different topics. One of the a couple of episodes I'm going to be dropping really is going to be on the first gen experience. I did start off by by interviewing different women, but I'm also going to have a segment where I'm going to be interviewing different men. I'm a first gen kid. So is Richard. Black, I believe you're also a first gen kid as well. So that's also a conversation that we can talk about. It's a very different experience when your family, you know, is not from this country and you come here and then it's like a blend of cultures, you're adapting, assimilating, whatever, you know, all of the above. And so these are things that I'm really passionate about and talking about on my podcast. And so, yeah, those are just some things I wanted to drop in there.
All right. And Black, oh, all right, you do this podcast. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
shout out my podcast, Keeping Mom podcast. You know, me and my boy,
Black's supposed to start a sports podcast soon. I'm waiting for that.
We actually are. We actually are supposed to be starting that. I actually got to holler at the guys tomorrow, and we'll get on that.
Because football season is starting.
Yes, it started actually. The training camp started this week.
Yeah, yes, sir. All right, but we'll talk more about that. For everybody who tuned in today, we really appreciate y'all. So once again, thank you to Journey Mom and for joining us. And once again, Mr. RGP, thank you for all the insight, man. We really do appreciate that.
Everybody, thank you. It was lovely.
It was definitely dope. Tune in next week, all right, everyone? Signing out.
All right, peace, y'all.
Make sure to drop a like, y'all. Drop a like.